You know, it's sometimes difficult to know when you're looking at a plant what condition it's in. It may not be in the top shape, and even though it looks that way, it may not be. There's a couple things you can do, and I think it's an important thing, and that is look at the root system. Let me show you here. Here's a couple of really nice plants grow in the containers or in the shade. One of the things that's important to do when you're taking them out, ask the nurseryman for sure, can I take it out of the pot? Or they might do it for you, which is fine. You squeeze it a little bit like this, you loosen up the root ball, and then, let me show you this. See the nice roots on that thing? Really nice, vigorous, good growth on it. That's important. That's a healthy plant right there. The roots should be nice and vigorous like that, and there also should be new growth. These are two things that I would look at if I were selecting a plant. This one right here would probably be in the same flat, but it's a little bit smaller. And so you wonder why that one's smaller. Let's see here. It's because the roots aren't as vigorous on this thing. And between the two, I think I'd pick that one right there. If there's just a limited amount, that one wasn't so bad. Look at the difference here. These came out of the same flat. So what's wrong with that one? Why is that one so short? I'll tell you what. Once again, loosen it up. Put your fingers over the top of the soil. There's hardly a root on there. There's a little one right here, but there's not much of a root. That limiting root also limits the size of this and the growth of it. This is the other version of it. This is the one that's nice, healthy, vigorous. There's that new growth right there. I'm always looking for new growth. That says a lot to me. Once again, put your fingers over the soil, loosen it. I'll show you. There's a root system that should have been there on that other one. That's a nice white root system. Once again, we'll just say this over and over because it's very important. Loosen it up. Otherwise, it'll grow in that hole that you make right there. If you loosen it up a bit, it'll have a tendency to head out of this little square area that it's in to begin with. And they'll establish themselves much more vigorously. Here's a coleus. Nice little shade plant. Look at these two. You'll find them in, they're the same plant right there. And they, but look at that right there. You wonder what's wrong with this one? There's not a root on it. This is a big problem right here. I'd put that one back immediately. I'd tell the nurseryman, hey, you've got some plants without roots on them. Here's the nice, vigorous growth on this one. Look at that. Wonderful, wonderful root system right here. That's a vigorous plant. There's a couple of other things. Here's this one for $5.95, and here's this one for $2.49. The difference between these two, this sounds like a bargain, but look at the size of it. If you're going to cover an area with the ground cover, this one's going to cover much more quickly. This is a hardier one. If you're making a hanging basket, you've already got a hanging basket growing here. It's your money, and you want to get the most vigorous plant that you can. For Backyard Basics, I'm John Dromgoole. I'll see you at the nursery.